tale of 12 old men, one of whom will fail to impress his peers cause of a team so stale. It's the wrong way roundabouts. It's the wrong way roundabouts.
Almost. We were still on mute that last second.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you today, sir?
I'm good. You? Good to be back.
Yeah, welcome back. How was Turks and Caicos?
Oh, it was amazing. I love that place.
So was it just you and Allison that went? Nice. Those are the best kind of vacations.
Yeah. Carefree. That was awesome.
So what were the kids doing? Do you even know?
Yeah, they went to Gatlinburg. My mom usually takes them for a week each summer. So then we try to do something together.
Yeah. So what'd you guys do in Turks and Caicos?
A lot of relaxing. We did a couple, not excursions, but like going out on little islands on boats. It was fun. It was a good time.
Well, we're glad to have you back, especially after the mess that was last week. Did you listen to your podcast while you were on PTO?
I did. What do you mean by it was a mess?
Oh, I'm just kidding. Just because of our friend Matt Frankel, he took over. He came in, Andres. I'm telling you, he had like a whole several lists worth of topics and segments. He's got big ideas. So it's not just the fantasy football league that he's got a whole suite of improvements planned for. It's the podcast too.
Okay. But he didn't mention what he talked to you about. The only thing he brought up on the pod was because I know you try to initiate a kids corner, but he's trying to go with the women demographic. So is that what he's trying to bring to the table?
Well, there was Frankly Frank, his review of Superman and Mobland. That was not allowed to be challenged. I don't know if you caught that, but he's got a whole media review section that he's proposing.
Oh, okay. I like like if there's something for the ladies, like Love Island or something like that, whatever.
Do you watch Love Island?
No.
So all of that was foreign to you?
All that was foreign, except it seemed like Alex and Matt had a good rapport with the Mamacita thing. That was funny.
Yeah, I guess I'm not in the loop on the latest.
I didn't get it either, but during the moment, I thought it was good. It was good banter.
Yeah, I'm kind of intrigued to check out the Love Island show at this point. I asked Natalie last night, I'm like, do you watch this? She's like, no. I'm like, do you have any interest in watching this? And she's like, no. So,
does she watch The Challenge?
We both used to watch The Challenge.
Oh, okay. Alice is obsessed with that show. She still watches it.
You know what I've been rewatching over the last couple of weeks? The Wire.
Oh, okay.
Now, you've watched The Wire before.
I watched 2.5 seasons.
Oh, you never finished it?
I thought it was all right.
It's a different sort of show. It's no Sopranos.
People compete like the two greatest shows of all time is either The Wire or Sopranos, but I thought The Wire was just all right.
I can solve that problem. It's The Sopranos. That's the greatest show ever made, inarguably, in my opinion. But The Wire, if people are comparing them, it must only be because they were both airing on HBO around about the same time. But they're totally different shows. Like, to me, The Sopranos, and I don't even think it's to me, I think it's definitive. The Sopranos is a comedy. It is a comedy show with a dramatic arc wrapped around it. But, I mean, I would say more than half the time you're watching The Sopranos, you're laughing. And there's deliberately placed jokes. The characters are deliberately funny. They're written to be that way. And there's a story arc going along with it. The Wire is not a comedy by any stretch of the imagination. It's got a few moments there, but it's a police show. But the theme I'm picking up on The Wire is that it's about 3 different institutions in Baltimore. It's about the institution of policing. It's about the institution of politics. And it's about the Institute of Running Drugs in Baltimore. And I'm now about halfway through the 4th season. There's only 5 seasons. And I've seen this show before, but it was a long time ago. And I don't think I was like paying enough attention to understand the point of the show. But the theme seems to be like they all have rules to the game, whether or not it's the drug game or the police game or the politics game. And in the show, everybody's got like the guy that tries to buck the rules or tries to change the game, and they fail. They end up getting crushed by the system. So you see these people playing the drug running game, and you get people trying to be unique, like Stringer Bell, who's the main character in, or certainly for the first couple of seasons, he's the main character on the drug side of the equation in The Wire. And he's trying to bring, new rules to the game. He's trying to legitimize it. He brings in this co-op where all the drug dealers are going to be working together to use their muscle to get better product out there and control the corners. And I'll just say ultimately he does not succeed. And then you've got Officer McNulty, right? Who's kind of the main character. Certainly, again in season one, he's the main character, and he tries to buck the rules of the police game. Ends up getting busted back down because all the brass cares about the police headquarters are basically milking the statistics so that they can support the political game out there. And then you've got the politicians out there trying to change the game. Tommy Carcetti is going to be the new first white mayor in Baltimore in God knows however many years. And that's right where I'm at right now. So I'm curious to see how he gets eaten up by the system. But that's like the theme, is that whether or not you're a drug runner, a politician, or a cop, if you don't know the rules of the game and you don't play by the rules of the game, you're going to get beaten by the game. So it's like it's three different perspectives on that. It's an interesting theme. If I'm even interpreting it right, I could be a total dumbass looking for things that are not there. But I've been enjoying the show. But it is not a comedy, and it is not better than The Sopranos.
Okay.
All right. So before we get too far down the rabbit hole, we do have a slate of topics to talk about today, Andres. I want to spend some time talking about Sydney Sweeney for many reasons. Jeez.
I purposely have not gone down those headlines. I'm like, this is I don't even know what we're doing in this society anymore.
But we'll come back to Sydney Sweeney. Why don't we start with our ad reads? Andres, do you want to kick us off with our favorite Matt's Exterior Washing?
Absolutely. Let's thank our sponsors. So our first up is Matt's Exterior Washing. They proudly serve Cumming, Alpharetta, and the surrounding areas. They're your top-rated choice for pressure washing, window cleaning, and holiday lighting services. Make sure you call the pros at Matt's Exterior Washing, whether you're prepping your home for summer or just want to boost your curb appeal. Visit their website, mattsexteriorwashing.com, or call text at 770-910-4423. But yeah, they're year round, washing driveways, pressure washing homes, or doing the holiday stuff. So yeah, give them a call.
You remember when I put you and Tim through the merit badge test?
Yes.
So one of your questions was that you had to define a family activity, right? And yours was putting the holiday lights up, right?
Oh yeah.
Would you be willing to let Matt do that? Would you give up your family tradition to have Matt do it professionally?
Well, I think I meant more in the interior stuff.
Oh, that was interior.
Oh, I mean, I do the outside too, but yeah, no, if they have a good deal, they can put them up. I mean, probably do a lot quicker and more efficiently.
Oh, I'm sure that they could. Yeah. They got it down to a science.
Right.
Maybe you can recommend them, since you're going to be the only member of the HOA this year. That's on the topic list.
Okay.
But you can bring in Matt to do the Christmas lights for the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Because it's either you or Matt or whoever else is stuck on the HOA. Matt, we love you. I spoke to Todd Early from Platinum Property, who's our next sponsor, Matt. And he reminded me again that they're always looking for a reliable pressure washing company that can come out, because they manage hundreds of properties. So Matt, if you're listening, give Todd a call. It sounds like there's some business to be done there. But speaking of Platinum Property, our friends over there at 212 Kelly Mill Road, PlatinumRentalProperty.com, the Early brothers, Todd and Phil, running Platinum Property. So they're still out there. They're still doing good things. You can contact them at 678-710-8056. You can email them at customerservice@PlatinumRentalProperty.com. If you're interested in putting your house up for rent, or if you're a renter and you're looking for a house, reach out to these guys. They do a good job. Todd is awesome to work with, and I'm sure he can get you squared away. And Brian Fagan reached out to me about Todd. He's like, what do these guys do, actually? Because as we know, Brian Fagan is a bit of a burgeoning slumlord, right?
I believe he's a real estate tycoon.
Is that the better way of putting it? Okay. So he was like, maybe I can have these guys.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's good.
Manage my properties. So Todd, I gave you a glowing review. Not that I've actually used your services, because I'm not rich enough like Brian Fagan to have a suite of slums that I rent out to people. But I did tell him that you were an honest, reputable guy. So hopefully Brian reaches out and you guys can work something out. But give the folks at Platinum Property a call, and they can help you out. Again, I'll throw out the old line. If they can manage a haunted house, they can manage your house. We do have one more sponsor we're going to be talking to, but I think we're going to loop him in a little bit later, right?
That sounds good. Yeah, that sounds good. We'll give him a call in a little bit.
All right, let's jump into it. So I've got...
Oh, wait, before we continue, do you remember 2 years ago, you bought me a Luis Diaz jersey for my birthday?
I do. Did you burn it?
No, but I might need a new jersey now.
I think you're going to. You're gonna need a Bayern Munich jersey.
No, I think you're gonna buy me a new Liverpool jersey.
Oh, okay. All right. I wasn't sure if you were gonna align with the Columbia National over there.
I'll still follow him, but no, I can't keep up with 4 or 5 leagues. So I just try to stay with the EPL and then secondarily Spain and Germany.
Diaz is a hell of a striker. They got 80 million euros for him,
Yeah.
Liverpool. I mean, that's
a lot. That's a haul.
that is a haul. If you're a striker in this market, though, as we're seeing right now with some of the transfer business that's out there, everybody's overpaying.
Yeah.
That guy Ekitike that Liverpool picked up, I'm going to go ahead and call it now, but I think several people have already turned off the podcast of this. But Andres Ekitike, he's going to be a bust, man. I don't think it's going to work out. I think he's the same player as Darwin Núñez, but worse, to be honest with you. Neither of them can finish worth a shit. But at least with Núñez, like he's tall, he's strong, he's fast. He makes a lot of chances for other players. He draws defenders. And then he can't put the damn ball in the net because his finishing is horrible. But at least he's opening up opportunities for everybody else. This guy Ekitike, I don't see the same work rate. I don't see the same threat. I think he's going to end up riding the bench, and we're going to go back to like Cody Gakpo. I'm a fan of Cody, so
Yeah.
I'm calling it now. $80 million bust.
Oh, well, he was the same price?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know anything about him, so.
I think he might have been more than 80 million. I
Wow.
think he might have been like 85 or 90. I think he might have been 80 million pounds, which is whatever that ends up
okay.
in euros. Liverpool's still in the market, though. They're talking to this guy, Alexander Isak from Newcastle.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know. Newcastle's flush with money, with the Saudi money. So I don't think they're going to sell. I'd love if we got him, though. Isak, I'm a big fan of.
He's good. He can play.
There's our Premier League update just for Matt Frankel. I know he bitches about that.
I was mainly talking about Luis Diaz, but I'm glad you brought some more to the table.
Yeah. So the Community Shield kicks off next week. I think it was a week, or it is a week from today. I think that will be the official start of the Premier League season.
Okay.
Yeah. You're looking forward to it?
Yeah.
I think Liverpool's going to win it again.
The league?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Man City's kind of angry though. They might come back, but we'll see. It's going to be fun like always. It'll be awesome.
City's always going to be a threat. Pep is an amazing coach. He's not going to have two off years, which is funny to talk about an off year. Would they end up fourth?
Yeah.
Right? Or no, third. It was Liverpool, Arsenal, City, and then did Newcastle end up in fourth? I don't remember who ended up in fourth. But yeah, they'll be making a comeback for sure. All right, on to the show. So there was some big movement last night, and I think it was predicated by your conversation at the courts. It sounds like there was an impromptu league meeting down at the tennis gazebo. Yeah,
very impromptu. Because first it was JT and me, and then like 10 minutes later, Frankel pulled up. We didn't know he was coming because he didn't comment on the thread. And then about an hour later, maybe 45, TJ came, and he was the one that was like, "Well, we're four of us here. Everybody's talking. Let's just do it now." We're like, "Oh, all right." So, yeah, very very impromptu. It was like the latest part of us hanging out.
So for us non-cool people that don't get invited to these things, what happened? What was the committee meeting like?
He literally just went through the questions that were already brought up. So he wanted to put on the slate what was emailed out. He just went through the questions. It was the QB, I think, is the biggest one. Going from 4-point to 6-point for TD passes. The tight end.
Well, here, I'll pull up the questions. You can tell us how you voted. Are you comfortable sharing your vote with us?
I'd like to share after it's been tallied.
Man, your vote. Why? I'm going to share my vote.
I mean, I thought you talked about like ethics or something. I don't know. Sure, whatever.
Are you worried that if people hear your opinion, it will sway their votes?
No, because this will come out way after.
That's true. Actually, yeah. Either way, you're safe.
Yeah, sure. We can spit it out.
All right. The first rule change proposed was increased scoring for QB touchdown passes to 6 points.
I put no.
Oh, wow. I put yes on that one.
Right.
Why are you a no on that one?
I'm not. Like I said, I don't care if it gets changed. I just prefer the dual threat QBs, but it was if I could have left it blank. I don't know. I really don't care that much, honestly.
By the way, I think I can also safely say this, since you're right. This will not air until after really the voting's done anyway. I'm like 90% sure you can vote as many times as you want.
I was thinking about that. Is there a way for TJ to track the email address that voted each time?
Yeah. So here's the ethics. I only voted once. On my marriage with Natalie, I only voted once. But yeah, I'm pretty sure anybody can vote as many times as they want on this poll.
Because I thought it was going to be a Survey Monkey, but no, it's like a Google spreadsheet.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But maybe he did something to it.
All right. So you were no. I was a yes on this. Again, my reasoning, I think it makes certain quarterbacks more viable first round picks, which I think is interesting, right? Rather than just being a whole round of receivers and running backs, now you're going to have some QBs sprinkled in there.
I mean, not just that. If you go a little later, then it doesn't hurt you as bad. Whereas you have a dual threat QB, you want to take in the first or second, but then you can do a throwing QB in the 7th. It's not a big deal. So,
are you going to pick a QB in the first 2 rounds?
It depends who's available.
Yeah, I'm going to.
I try not to, but Josh Allen's he's staring at me in the turn or something, then maybe.
Would you go Josh Allen over Lamar Jackson?
Yeah.
That's a toss-up for me, man. Obviously, it was Josh Allen last year.
The only thing that's crazy, not crazy, but like I think a lot of people forgot is Bo Nix.
Oh, yeah. He was fantastic.
Yeah. Came out of nowhere. He was getting a lot of running TDs. He might sneak later, so you could get away with something like that. So that's why I tried not to, but if it's maybe Lamar or Josh, maybe.
All right. The next rule proposed was I know how you voted on this, but I'll read it for the audience.
Sure.
Eliminate the tight end roster spot and replace with another flex roster spot.
I voted no on that.
I also voted yes on this one. This one, I don't care. Like, I don't feel strong. I don't feel strongly about any of this stuff, really, to tell you the truth. But I am in agreement with, I guess it's Matt is the primary driver of this, that tight end spot is mostly useless for 75% of the league. So in that way, it's still fair. If 75% of the league has a shit tight end, then all right, cool, no big deal. And then the quarter that have a decent tight end, then that was to their advantage. And they I'll say ostensibly lost a better pick in some other position to grab that highly coveted tight end.
Yeah.
So I did vote yes on this one. I could see I don't really care about the tight end spot. And then the third rule, adjust kicker points to fractional decimal style scoring, i.e. 46-yarder is 4.6. How'd you vote on that?
Yes.
You voted yes on that. I also voted yes.
I was surprised that one came out because when we were hanging out Friday, TJ was like, I'm not even going to put this on the slate. It's happening. So, but yeah.
Oh, we skipped some rules that are just happening. I'll just cover those real quick. Here are TJ's rules that are just a definite. The schedule shuffle. He's 100% doing the randomized schedule on here.
He must have saved Robbie some time. I thought Robbie was going to do a good job, but
does that make you sad a little bit? I know you said that the reason you didn't randomize the schedule is you were trying to build out the league rivalries.
Yeah, but it's fine. It makes things easier. And I don't understand why people like, especially Matt. He's like, "Oh, I play Fagan twice in the first 4 weeks. It's like that happens all the time. Like the Texans play the Colts like twice in 3 weeks and towards the end of the season. Like nobody complains. I don't know. It's not a big deal, but people don't like it.
When you were manually curating the schedule,
I wasn't curating it.
Oh, you weren't?
We only changed it one time, and it kept that layout each following season.
So then and this is not a big deal either way, but then I'm kind of in agreement with Matt. If we're going to, or if you are going to manage the league schedule like the NFL does with, flexing games in and out of the primetime spots. And obviously the league is involved in trying to get the rivalry sort of games into prime time. So I get the effort on your part, but then I think you got to update the schedule every year, right? Because
that's why Robbie was going to take it on.
Okay. So Robbie was going to try to,
he'll be the scheduler,
fine tune the rivalry weeks.
Yeah.
Is TJ still your main rival in your opinion?
I have to think. I would like to say so, but I think I beat him 6 times in a row. He hates playing me, so he's like, "This isn't fun." But we founded the league, yeah, probably.
It's a very subtle shit talking.
No, he told me, he's like, "Why do I got to play you week 1 every time?" I'm like, all right.
So that's happening. We're getting a randomized schedule this year. There you go, Matt. The defensive player limit is changing. This one is unexciting, but makes sense.
Which one?
Defensive player limits.
Oh, yeah. That was just a random. Yeah, that was weird. Weird little bug there.
Yeah. And for those that don't know, it wasn't even that you couldn't have multiple defensive players. It's that you couldn't have multiple defensive players at the same position. You couldn't have 2 linebackers, couldn't have 2 cornerbacks, and now you'll be able to. And then the third gimme league change. Now, this Matt proposed as a proposed change. It sounds like TJ is just doing it. But TJ, love you, man. This is worded strangely. League winner will have the option to submit one league rule change. But then he also puts must be approved by commission past league majority vote, which is how every league rule change works anyway. So it's kind of a worthless, hollow victory there.
Yeah, it's like getting an honorary doctorate.
Right. So those are definites. No voting needed. And then the fourth rule change, Andres, this is the controversial one. And I see that the mulligan side game has been fine-tuned here, or the mulligan rule has been fine-tuned.
Okay, so I can clarify a little bit. We did kind of talk about.
Okay.
so because we were like, oh, this is dumb, this is stupid. But then Jonathan, he was like, what if we have it as a provisional, see how it works out this year? But so everybody gets a mulligan on the same week and they can use it if they want. And then TJ and Matt were like, oh, that sounds cool. I'm like, that sounds pretty dumb, but I guess. But like somebody has like 3 or 4 dudes on bye. It's not fair. I don't know. I just think it's dumb. I put no. I voted no.
I also voted no on that. We're in agreement. And I think this version of the mulligan rule is worse than the version that was proposed. I think everybody having one mulligan that can be used anytime throughout the season. Look, if you think it's a dumb idea in general, that's fine. I can understand that. But there's a lot of strategy to everybody having a mulligan that they get to choose when to use. If you're forcing everybody to use their mulligan the same week, or have the option to use the mulligan the same week, like you said, whoever happens to be on bye that week automatically gets an advantage, right?
Or disadvantage.
If they're you're right. If it's a disadvantage in that particular scenario, but also too, everybody, if you're playing that scenario I outlined where you and Robbie are having a match and you both have bench players that could put one ahead of the other, you're both just going to pull your mulligan. Like it removes the strategy element of like, well, is my opponent going to play their mulligan or are they going to save it for a sure win? So I voted no on this. I think this version of it is less useful than just the original version where everybody gets a mulligan. But I think it's just a bad idea in general at this point. So hopefully that one does.
Hopefully that doesn't pass.
I don't think it will either. I mean,
pretty sure Robbie is a no.
Yeah.
Christmas a no. Hopefully we get enough no votes.
I think Frankel was the only yes. And even he, I don't think was a hard yes.
No, I think he was more no. He said, but yeah, I guess he was on the fence, but I think, he was leaning no.
I'll tell you what rule change I'm glad did not even make it to the voting. This one that now you and Frankel have both suggested.
Oh, the median?
Yeah, you get the median win on there. That one's a terrible idea.
We talked about that. We know people aren't ready. Just plant the seed now, maybe like a few years.
Okay. I'll be a no in a few years too on that one. And then the final one was increased dues to $150 per year. I was a yes.
Yes.
I think that could pass.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's me, you. I think TJ is a yes.
TJ's a big yes, too. He's a nice round number. Like, it's too low. Like, he's a yes. Christmas a yes. Tim's a yes.
4 or 5.
We have at least 5. I don't know everybody else.
Yeah.
Matt's a no. Josh is a no. I think Robbie's a no. You might know better.
I don't think I've ever actually asked Rob. I don't think he cares. If he's a no, he's not a hard no.
Okay.
And then there's the angle. If it makes Matt mad, he might be a yes.
Yeah. I think Teague's a no. So that's 4 to 5. So we got Fagan's a wild card.
Oh, Fagan will be a yes.
I would think so too.
Yeah. Ben's in there. I think
he'll be in the no.
He'll be a no. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be close. It's gonna be close.
It's gonna be a real close one. Shit, I may need to go vote twice. So what's your prediction? Which ones do you think will pass? Probably
I think
just
the QB will pass. I think people want it. The tight end won't pass. And the mulligan, I don't think will pass. That deuce, that's close. What do you think?
I'm with you. QB. Well, actually, no, I don't think the QB will pass. I think there'll be melees on that. I think just people won't vote on it or whatever. I'm actually wondering how many people have voted to TJ. I want to send a message.
I think we're at 5 confirmed.
5 confirmed.
Unless TJ himself voted in 6, because it's TJ, you, me, Robbie, Matt, and Tim sent a message this morning.
Okay. We'll check with him on that one later. But the likely ones, I think the fractional points for the kicker seems like pretty much a given.
Hopefully that's unanimous.
Yeah. It's a good change. QB one, 6 points instead of 4 has got a decent shot of going through. I don't think tight end will pass. I don't think mulligan will pass. And yeah, it's a coin flip on the league dues.
Yep.
So it could be an interesting season.
And I think TJ's gonna just send out the combine events.
Yeah.
So you want to suggest anything, just shoot him a text.
So what are we?
I think he wants to keep it mainly the same, add a vocab word, but since nobody's really planned it, he's gonna keep. That's why I say, if you want something, just shoot him a text. Like, can we incorporate this?
But where are we doing it in the neighborhood?
Yeah. So we're gonna try to do it here because we have more stuff here.
Yeah.
And then I'm pretty sure everybody wants to do the draft at Platinum.
Okay. Well, we should probably, if we're going to do it at Platinum, I think we got to give Todd a heads up that we're going to borrow his spot.
Yeah. I think he emailed again. I wrote back, say, we'll let you know. Maybe we could just reply to that thread.
I need to get back to him. I feel bad I haven't replied to that. These last 2 weeks, man, have been a nightmare for me at work. They're making me earn my paycheck.
But what's better than ChatGPT earning your paycheck?
Yeah, which is fair. I suppose I shouldn't complain about that. But the other thing, Todd and I talked about when I met up with him at Platinum's office, we talked about doing some like infotainment sort of advisories. And he sent that list over there. And I've got some ideas. I think we could have a fun little interview about the eviction process.
Okay.
But it's tough because especially if you're going through an eviction, that's not funny to you.
No.
So it's going to be a balancing act, Andres. How can we make eviction as a topic approachable and entertaining, but not disrespectful?
Yeah.
And asshole-ish?
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah. Can we thread that needle?
I mean, Forsyth Sheriff tries with Felony Friday, and even that's a little cringe.
Oh, you know what? I didn't check Felony Friday this week. I wonder if there's anything good out there. I'm sure we would have seen it on Facebook. But yeah, it is a little cringe. All right, fantasy. What else happened at the league committee meeting? Was that it?
That was pretty much it.
It all culminated in the official Google Forms survey that TJ said. There was nothing that was discarded at the meeting, out of hand. Discarded? This is not happening.
No, I don't think so. I don't recall anything.
Okay. You guys are like the Illuminati of the football league.
TJ was like, "Hey, we're here. Let's just talk." There was nothing special about it.
There wasn't like a super hot topic like expanding the league.
No.
To what do they call when you get a new team in? Is it I guess it's
expansion team.
An expansion team. So there's
no 14. No,
no expansion league this year.
If we get to 14, then you get really thin rosters. Like that's not that much fun.
And not the Thorngate East, Thorngate West.
Well, no, we used to have divisions.
Yeah,
but it was lame, so we went to a full table.
Okay, but not even the minor league feeder team. Nothing.
Nothing of that sort.
It's just 12 men, no expansions. Are women in this year? Are women eligible for the league?
Oh,
what would a woman have to do to get invited to the league?
I don't know. I don't think that they're allowed.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, we already broke one of the cardinal rules, so we can't do two in the same year.
What was the cardinal rule we broke?
The living here.
Oh, that's right. He did. He lived here in the calendar year.
Yeah, right. So we modified for it. That's fine.
All right. So you're definitely booting Chrisman out next year, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he knows. I think he's appreciated that he got to stay on one more year.
Are you concerned at all that Chrisman will start his own league with hookers and cocaine?
With hookers and what else?
And cocaine, and we'll all run to that league.
Oh man, I don't think so.
Shall we move on to other topics? Have we exhausted the fantasy football rules, Andres? I guess we could talk about the combine events.
We might be doing the same stuff: shoot a 3-pointer, get a serve in. I don't know. I kind of want to do something more gimmicky, like we did the first year, either cornhole or bottle bash, like more like yard games, like tailgating games.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I don't know.
Okay.
TJ did say he wants either to be a hot dog or chug a beer. He doesn't want both. And I was like, well, can somebody just chug like a carbonated beverage and do the hot dog? He's like, we'll talk. So I don't know. So maybe that'll change.
You know what's worse than chugging a beer? Chugging a carbonated water.
Oh, is it? It burns more?
Yeah. It's harder to do. I don't know if burning is the right word, but I mean, I can chug a beer and that's it, right? I can chug a beer. It's really not that hard to do that. And then sometimes I burp afterwards. Sometimes I don't. If I chug a carbonated water, I can't get halfway through it without needing to stop to let out the most like earth-rending belch that I've ever done. I don't know what it is about carbonated water, but I've tried it before. It's harder to chug a carbonated water than it is a beer.
Okay.
So I think if somebody were going
can I ask, why have you chugged carbonated water before?
I don't even remember. I do remember that I did it, and I don't remember what the context was for now. Okay. And then it became a thing where I'm like, well, that was interesting. So then I tried it again to replicate the results of the experiment, and it was consistent.
Okay.
It makes you burp more than a beer does. It's probably just the volume of the carbonation, right?
Yeah, you would think.
Yeah, maybe beer is less carbonated.
Yeah.
So you're literally chugging more air in a carbonated water. I think
and that makes sense. You said it's not really the burn; it's more like just the gas.
Yeah, I think we cracked this case.
Science.
School's back next week, Andres.
Your kids ready?
I think so. They have to be, right? They're going.
Yeah.
I think it's more, are the parents ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I was say, do you enjoy, and I'm not even trying to be funny about it, but do you enjoy the kids being home and you get the opportunity for more ad hoc visits to the pool or a trip out for the day or whatever? Or are you ready for them like, all right, I like the routine of them being at school. I've got my 7 hours every day where I'm working. I don't have to worry about feeding the kids or taking them places or whatever. Like, do the kids, and I know you love them, everybody loves their children,
Right.
but do the kids get in the way of your routine, your schedule during the summer?
Somewhat, not too much. I like having them home. I also like having them something to do every day.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's hard to say. I think it's, maybe one more week would have been nice, but it's fine. It's time they're ready to go back. I'm ready for them to go back.
And no PTO for you this year?
What do you mean?
Isn't that the parent-teacher organization?
Oh, I thought you meant.
Did I screw it up again?
You've mentioned pay time off earlier. I wasn't sure what you meant.
Yeah, different PTO.
No, I might help here and there, but I'm not on the committee. So yeah, I could do the HOA maybe.
See, did I get it right this time? Because I think I've been calling
Yes.
it the PTA.
Yeah, you did.
And now I correctly called it the PTO, and then you didn't know what the hell I was talking about. So you're off the PTO, the parent-teacher organization.
Yes.
Are you going to miss that at all?
No.
It sounded like it sounded like you were absolutely done with it.
I'm done. Very done. But the middle school one's a lot easier than the elementary school, but I'm just done.
Yeah. Are you going to write a book? You got any good stories about the parent-teacher organization?
Maybe. I hadn't thought about that. Maybe I'll write a book.
You could do a show like The Wire, and you could show how the PTO also crushes its members that try to bring about any positive change for not playing by the rules of the parent-teacher organization.
Yes, definitely.
I'll help you. I'll help you write it. I can be your ghostwriter for you. Andres.
Okay.
So that does open up some time for you to join the HOA.
Yeah. Yeah, because JT said that if I join now, it would be finishing out somebody's term, which is only a year.
Oh, you're talking about joining before the meeting?
I don't know. He said like I could, join now. And then that way I could be like 15 months, 14 months. Then if I like it, I can re-up, or if not, I can be out. And I was like, that's perfect. But I missed the meeting because I was in Turks and Caicos, like the regular meeting.
Yeah.
And they could have added me, but he said maybe the next one.
I mean, they could have added you anyway.
That's what he said.
I feel like Teague is shining you on. I've got some experience in the HOA. I can tell you how it works. If you were on board for joining, they absolutely could have. In fact, they have to hold a vote, not without you specifically, but you can't vote because you're not a member. So they could have formally adopted Andres Day as a replacement for whoever left.
But do not have to be present?
No, you don't have to be present.
No? Oh, I thought that was one of the rules.
No, you don't have to be present. As long as you're on board with actually joining, right? Like they can't just draft you like the Army.
Right, I got you.
But yeah, you didn't have to be present at the meeting. So are you going to join then for the next? Actually, the next meeting I think is going to be the annual meeting.
Okay. Well, we talked about the 14-month stint. I haven't committed to 2 years yet. I said if I like it, then I would stay, but I'd like to try it out first.
Well, if you didn't like the PTO, Andres, have I got news for you? I hear we got new tennis lights though.
Oh, they're beautiful.
Yeah,
we're hanging out on Friday there. It was awesome.
I haven't checked them out. I'm gonna have to pop down there tonight and see how they look. But they're good. As a resident tennis professional, you're in favor of the lights?
Yes, very good. Good job, HRA board, Jonathan.
Yeah, Teague. I don't know who handled that one, but good job, guys. That's been a topic for years. So I'm sure the tennis community is very happy.
And the clubhouse is being renovated. I mean, well, by
being repaired.
But yeah, so I mean, everything's nice.
It was. The unfortunate part was that it had recently been renovated and now it's being repaired.
All right.
Do me a favor. Here's my one request on the HOA. Trash cans in the pool that have lids. I think that's it. If we got...
Well, they do, don't they?
No, most of them don't. I think
but
only
one
of them does.
The cylinder ones don't.
Yeah.
But I thought Javier donated like 4 or 5 to have the lid.
I think there's only like one down there that's got the lid.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. But I think every trash can that's in the pool area needs to have lids on it.
Okay. All right.
So if you could put in a good word for me, that's my request as a humble resident of Thorngate neighborhood. Trash cans in the pool with lids. It'll help with the bees and flies.
Yes.
And then also too, you'll learn this, Andres. This will be one of the least favorite parts of your job. When it rains there, like it's raining right now, those trash cans fill with water.
That's nasty.
And then it's a nightmare to clean them.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. That's good. Good input.
All right. You were trying to lead us on to the next topic.
Well, yeah, we have to call our special guest. So it's right around that time. Let's give him a call.
I'm going to give him a call here. Let's try this out here. Make sure it works.
All right.
Hello.
Mr. Fox, I think we've solved our technical difficulties. Can you hear us, sir?
I can.
All right.
How are you guys this morning?
We're doing all right. How are you doing, Kevin?
Doing great.
What's up,
Doing
Kevin?
great.
How's it going? It's Andres.
What's up, Andres? How you doing?
Good, man. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
So
I've been listening to you guys, and I think it's pretty entertaining podcast you got going on.
We appreciate that. Thanks.
yeah, thank you, Kevin. For our listeners, we have Kevin Fox, the CEO of Foxy Vacations, on the line with us.
That's right.
So, Kevin,
Thanks for having me.
yeah, no, we appreciate you being here, sir. Can you give a quick brief? What is Foxy Vacations? I did some Instagram research, if you can call that research, and it looks like you got your finger in a lot of pies there. There's some property flipping. It looks like there's an element of property management. It looks like you guys are also booking vacations. You guys are all over the place. What sort of stuff are you doing at Foxy Vacations?
So Foxy Vacations is a company I started 5 years ago, and we're based out of Pensacola, Florida. And it's a property management company that does long-term and short-term rentals. So we've got properties all the way from Orange Beach to 30A. We manage 54 properties actually. And it's about half and half. So if you are looking for a long-term rental, you come down here and, stay 6 months, 12 months leases is what we do. And then we actually have a short-term division that specializes in vacations. And the original company was short-term. That's the reason why it's called Foxy Vacations. My last name is Fox, and I get affectionately called Foxy, so I decided to name the company Foxy Vacations. If you're going to vacation, make it a Foxy one.
There you go.
And all you listeners up there in Cumming and Metro Atlanta, come down here and we'll host you
So,
for
Kevin,
an unbelievable vacation. Yeah.
you say you started 5 years ago. So that was right. Was like 5 years ago around this time or like earlier? Because that was like right when COVID hit. How challenging was that?
That was challenging. I lost about half of my inventory because a lot of my owners got really nervous and decided to switch over to like long-term rentals because the vacation market was dead for a long time. I say a long time compared to the rest of the country, not so much because we were here in Florida. So for about 4 or 5 months, that's one of the reasons why we had to switch over to a long-term program as far as being able to offer that to our owners was because of COVID. So that's actually helped us out in the long run. And then, during COVID, for about 4 or 5 months, it was strenuous on the business, but it then became a blessing because we were really the only place that people could come and travel to. Florida was very much like do as you please, no mask, you can come and stay, like vacations are okay. And so a majority of the company that were okay with traveling decided to come here. And so the months following COVID, or I guess about after 4 or 5 months of being on lockdown, Florida exploded. So it was scary at first, but we prevailed. And so, so Foxy Vacations is strictly a property management company. We specialize in short-term and long-term rentals.
So, Kevin, I looked at your
Yes.
Instagram. It looks like you're managing some pretty high-end properties down there. So I'm going to guess you don't have to deal with like squatter evictions too much. Does that ever pop up in your business?
It does. Yeah. That's mostly going to be on the long-term side. The short-term side, it's funny because short-term vacation, like you have a short rental, you almost fall underneath the same laws as a hotel. So a lot of my owners that are like, oh, I don't know if I want to do short-term or long-term. I hear all these horror stories about Airbnb and people throwing parties and whatnot. Not to say that doesn't happen, but as far as protection goes against people that don't want to leave, you're actually better insulated, better protected because, if people don't follow your house rules, it's just like staying at a hotel, that you can actually call local law and ask them to leave. Whereas if you sign a lease, you're under a little bit different protections in regards to, tenants not paying rent or having to do evictions. There's actually a process, a little bit easier here in Florida than it is in Georgia, but your short terms, you do have a lot more control as an owner than you do doing somebody that has a signed lease. So I have done evictions. They're no fun. You hate them. You hate it for everybody that's involved. But the short term horror stories are few and far between than what you would see in a long term lens.
So have you never had to enlist your 7'10" brother-in-law to come down and shake some people out of a short-term rental? For those that don't know, Kevin is in fact the brother-in-law of our beloved commissioner, TJ Cohn, by way of TJ's wife, Kim. Kim is Kevin's sister. So you never had TJ come in and rough up some people in the short-term property, Kevin?
That's actually a really good idea. I've yet to do that, but that's he can do a lot of different things. So I would imagine that I need to keep that in my deck of cards for sure moving forward. Good idea.
He can do a lot of things, and that's a problem with us, Kevin. We're getting ready to do this league combine, right? Where we're going to determine our draft order. And every year, nobody looks forward to it because whatever the hell we pick, TJ is going to win. He can throw the best cornhole bag. He can, sink a half-court shot. He can ace a tennis serve. What the hell is he bad at? Can you give us some insight? What games can we pick?
I've heard y'all taking him out to the football field to kick field goals, and he's hit field goals before. Is that true?
It is true.
Yeah, I think he nailed a 35-yarder, maybe 40. And then I think I don't know if you have you met Matt Frankel? I don't know if you have or not, but he challenged him to a 55-yard throw, and he did it. It's crazy.
He's quite the athlete and a good cook too. Shout out TJ for always doing the holiday meals.
Yeah, we had David on one time on the pod promoting his pet sitting business, and he said his dad, he's a really good cook.
Yeah, he is.
Do you play fantasy football?
I don't. As many times as I've been asked, I just can't keep up with who's on the bench, who's got a bye week. I like to do the spread. I'm a spread over under kind of guy. I just have never gotten into the fantasy football. Yeah.
Well, speaking of betting, I guess betting, but you and John almost met at the Biloxi trip. John was going to go,
yes,
but he forgot that he had to take care of one of his children.
Yeah,
and then his wife said, "No, you need to stay home."
Kids are a pain in the ass. Do you have any kids, Kevin?
No kids, not yet.
All right. Well, it's a smart decision because they prevented me from going to Biloxi, where I would have. It probably saved me a few $100s, to be honest with you. So that's the good aspect of it. But yeah, David's been on the show not just once. David's been on a number of times. He's our resident soundboard master. He's actually better than Andres at running the soundboard here on the Wrong Way Roundabouts podcast. So we're going to hire him.
You should. He's a talented kid.
Yeah. So I know you got your own business, and I don't need you stealing David away from us. We're putting dibs on him, Kevin.
It's funny. He just asked if he could come down and start cleaning some of our houses.
Oh, really?
Because yeah, he's got a jet ski.
Yep.
I guess pad that he has to pay for on a monthly basis. He's got a slip he needs to pay for. So he's been asking if he could come down here and help me, and I said sure, but I don't think his mother is going to let him.
Kevin, tell us a little bit. I went through your Instagram, and you've got a newish series, this Farm It or Flip It, and it looks like you're going around to various properties and determining whether or not it's worth investing some money to get a return on flipping the property. How did that come about? And what is the shittiest property? You've been like, no, I'm not even filming a video here. This is not a Farm It or a Flip It. This is a Fuck It. What was the worst property you came across?
If you look at, I think episode 4,
was that the homeless
there was
encampment?
A property that was the homeless encampment. So that's actually my listing. That was my listing. I was a little hesitant to do it, but I was like, it's my listing. I've got to do something for it. So, when we bought that, so I also do real estate as well. So I've got Foxy Vacations, that's property management. And then Old City Developers is the real estate arm of the business. And we purchased this property as in intention to flip it. But the reason why we haven't been able to list it and flip it yet is because in that area, that's Santa Rosa County, they did not have the sewage capacity to, support. I think you could build 32 townhomes over there. So they had the sewage capacity to support that. So it was kind of a wait and see or wait and list opportunity. But it finally got the sewer capacity to pass. So we'll be able to put up 32 townhomes, or whoever buys it can go and put up 32 townhomes, no problem. So it had been a while since I'd been over there, and we pulled up and I said, oh my God, this is a homeless encampment. You know, I mean, it really was. They had cast iron skillets hanging up on the wall. I mean, there's multiple people that are living there. So I said, well, you know, we've still got to do something here to promote it. So that one was a little sketchy. I didn't know if somebody was going to be coming out of one of those houses or not, and grabbing me. But we were able to do the video over there. If you look at my last video, go ahead.
No, so who's your videographer?
My videographer, that's a good question. His name is Paul, and he is kind of my intern / protege. He just graduated college and came on board, and he's kind of our utility club. He does a little bit of everything from concierge services to flying the drone, putting together our marketing videos, and he brings the Gen Z factor into the office.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, because I was wondering like who went on that shoot, because I saw it too. So I was just curious.
Yeah, if you look at, I just posted, and I kind of want to plug this property. I thought it'd be a good opportunity for your guests to be involved. But if you look at our Instagram, my Instagram, we just posted a new property that we're going to be managing. It's right there by Floribama. If you guys are familiar, do y'all guys know where Floribama is?
I assume that's just the name for the Florida-Alabama line, I'm guessing, like right on the panhandle.
Good guess. Yeah, it's a staple in the Perdido Key, Orange Beach area, and you're exactly right. So half the bar is on the Alabama side, and half the bar is on the Florida side.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, the bar is on the beach, and it actually is just kind of split right down the middle. But this house is located literally steps away, and so awesome house, brand new construction. It's got an elevator in it. I think it's got 4 or 5 bedrooms. But I was hoping that your listeners could help us name it, because that is one of the harder parts about naming these vacation rentals. They all got to have unique names. And so if anybody wants to check it out, go onto our Instagram or our Facebook, Foxy Vacations, and look at the house and give us a name.
Kevin, what is your, go ahead and plug your stuff. What's your Instagram handle, Facebook page, website, phone number?
Before we plug, I have a name.
Yeah.
He asked for a name to it. I was just saying Misdemeanor Manor. I feel like that's going to be a good
misdemeanor. Okay. I like it.
Misdemeanor Manor. That seems like something fitting for the Floribama Shore.
Yeah. Misdemeanor.
I like it. You could go over there and get a misdemeanor, stay at the misdemeanor.
Hopefully, just a misdemeanor. That's
just the misdemeanor.
The viral marketing on there, Misdemeanor Manor. That's my proposal, Kevin. We'll workshop it though. We'll throw it out in the league chat.
Yeah. Let's see what we come up with. Maybe we can do like a free night if you get the winning name.
Oh, that would be sweet.
That's legit. All right. I might have to rethink Misdemeanor Manor then. I want to win the free night. But there's my initial guess at it. I'm going to throw that one out there, but I'll work on it, Kevin.
Okay. Well, let's check it out. It's on the bay. Bring your boat too. It's got it's got a slip for a dock.
All right. I'll swing it around the southeastern United States. We'll get it over there somehow. So yeah, how can people find you, Kevin? What are the contact information for Foxy Vacations?
Yeah, so we've got for the vacation side, it's www.foxyvacations.com, vacations with an S. And Instagram is Foxy Vacations. My Instagram is Foxy Vacations CEO, and our Facebook page is Foxy Vacations. So it's easy to remember Fox. I think it's easier probably to remember Foxy and then Vacations. So if you type that in really anywhere, we should come up.
Yeah, and this area of town, but you said the whole metro, but specifically here, Forsyth County, we have the fall break, so it's a great opportunity for people to get away for a week down there and still nice and warm. So, yeah, hopefully you get some customers down there.
Well, that's the best time to come down here. I don't know how familiar you are with Pensacola or the Gulf Coast, but there's no better time to come down here late September, early October, and the water is still warm. It's like, 80s during the day, it gets down into the mid to high 60s at night. I mean, it's like San Francisco weather, and you got the football going on. So you come down, you enjoy a day at the beach, go to a beach bar, ride jet skis, go to a boat, or ride a boat, ride jet skis up to a beach bar, watch the games. This is a real big football town. There's a lot of Alabama, Florida State presence when it comes to college football. A little bit of Auburn, a little bit of Georgia. Georgia's getting there. I'm a Georgia fan, so our numbers are growing. And then you've got the Saints is the main NFL team down here, but it is a big football town, and there's always something going on, whether you're downtown or at the beach. You can dash in a little beach and Gulf Coast action during the football season. So it's the best time to be down here, without a doubt.
We'll make it down there. Kevin, I'm going to give you some local lore about Pensacola, more specifically Gulf Breeze. I'm curious if you know this. Andres always gets mad at me, by the way, when I bring up conspiracy theories. So we're going down the conspiracy theory rabbit hole here, Andres.
Hey, that's a very nice segue, John, by the way.
Gulf Breeze, Florida is home to one of the most famous UFO sightings in American history. Are you familiar with the Gulf Breeze UFO incident, Kevin?
I've heard a little bit about it, but enlighten me.
So the gist of it, I think this was 1986. I know it was in the 80s. I can't remember the gentleman's name, but he and multiple residents in the Gulf Breeze area reported nightly sightings for like 2 weeks. There were UFO sightings. And this guy whose name I can't remember, I should have come more prepared for this segue, took a very famous picture of a UFO. It's called the Gulf Breeze UFO. If you Google it, it'll be the first result on there. And it's a very, high resolution, clear photo of a cylindrical hovering disc in Gulf Breeze, Florida. And the guy maintained onto his deathbed that it was a legitimate photo. And it's crazy if it's real. It really is a crazy photo. But apparently after he died, somebody was cleaning out his house and they found a foam model of a UFO that looked exactly like the Gulf Breeze UFO. So I think that did a little bit of discrediting towards the Gulf Breeze UFO. But it was not just him. There were multiple reports from multiple residents over a 2-week period. It was like a UFO hotbed for a while there. I don't know how you feel about the UFOs, Kevin. Have you ever seen anything down there?
I haven't. But Gulf Breeze is in between two military bases. So you got Herbert Field to the east and then Pensacola NAS to the west. So I could imagine maybe them experimenting on some aircraft and people mistaking it for aliens. I could see that happening. But me, myself personally, no, I haven't. I haven't had an alien encounter or seen anything real suspicious in the skies.
Well, whenever I run into your sister at the pool, Kim is into the conspiracy theories. We always have a good chat about it. So
yeah,
I'm going to have Kim on the show. She's going to have her own segment where we can dive deep into conspiracies. Andres can stay home that day if he doesn't want to talk about it. But I enjoy it. I think it's always a good conversation.
You should, yeah. And I was listening to one of your recent podcasts, and you were talking about how like news is dead, and how most people get their information other places like podcasts. And my sister, I just noticed it's been over the last couple of years. It seems like she gets all of her information off of TikTok.
It does seem
that's
way.
Where she gets. She does. I mean, she's like, I was watching on TikTok, or I was like, I sent you this message on TikTok, or I heard on TikTok. So I think that she gets real down the rabbit hole on some of this stuff.
I love the rabbit hole.
I know she's listening. Yeah, she's a rabbit hole kind of girl.
Well, I'll send you the links there when we have Kim on for the Conspiracy Corner segment. I think it'll be a good shout. I'll send it over so you can check it out.
Please.
Well, Kevin, thank you very much for joining today, sir. Kevin Fox, Foxy Vacations. We appreciate you being on the show. I'm looking forward to more Farm It or Flip It episodes. Very entertaining.
Okay.
And well done on the videography, by the way. Give your interns some credit for us.
I will do that. And real quick, I just want to plug one thing. So right now, between August, when is this show going to be aired, or when is the podcast?
Should be out in about 4 or 5 days. So it'll be, what is that?
Cool.
August, we'll say August 7th. We'll target that date.
All right. So your listeners will have an opportunity. Right now we're doing deflation days of summer. So instead of dog days of summer, it's deflation days of summer. And it's an opportunity to book a vacation rental from now until the end of the year. And if you go out there on our website and do promo code deflation20, you'll get 20% discount on any stays that are 6 nights or less. And then deflation25 promo code will give you 25% discount on any stays that are 7 days or longer. And that's for all of our rentals from 30A to Orange Beach. And that goes from now until the end of the year. You have to book it before August 15th in order to catch that promo.
Oh, that sounds awesome, man. That's a great deal.
All right. I'll get it out early then. So book before August 15th, deflation 20 for rentals on stays. Did you say 6 days or shorter?
6 nights. Yeah. 6 nights or shorter. Deflation 20 will get you 20% discount. Deflation 25 promo code is on 7 nights or longer. You get 25% discount from now until the end of the year.
There you go, guys. Hit it up. Book a vacation. As Kevin and Andre said, September timeframe is the best time to go to Florida anyway. It's too hot to be there any other time of the year, Kevin. I don't know how you do it, man.
Hey, Kevin.
Well, come on down there in September.
Yeah,
thanks for having me. I appreciate it, guys.
Thanks for coming on. We appreciate it. Sunday morning.
You got it. Keep up the good work.
Talk to you later, man.
See ya.
All right. Bye.
All right. That was Kevin Fox with Foxy Vacations.
That was nice. That was cool.
Are you going to book a stay?
Well, we already have fall break planned. So, but no, that sounds, 25, if you do like, a week and a half or that's 25% off. That sounds like a really good deal. So that sounds awesome.
Yeah, same here. I'm going to be in England in September. So that's my fall break plan. Otherwise, I would be looking into that.
Unless he goes international and maybe he'll get a rental out in London for you.
There you go. Yeah, Kevin, if you get any properties in London or Liverpool, I will be out there for fall break this year.
So I thought you were going to DR. You guys change plans?
We did. Yeah, we were going to go Dominican Republic. It was a whole mess of things. We were trying to book with my parents. We're going to go. And then my brother and sister-in-law, we were trying to get like a whole Airbnb out in Dominican Republic. And we did find one. And then we ended up looking, I guess it was maybe not the safest area. So we were, whatever, we're not going to deal with this. So in the end, we decided to go to England. The kids have never been, so this will be their first real international trip. They've been on the cruises and things like that, but this will be their first trip to Europe. You're scoffing.
That's just a very colloquial way. Like, those countries don't count. They go to a real country.
Well, yeah. I mean, the U.S. Virgin Islands are still the U.S., right? We went to some of the
like Bahamas.
Bahamas, yeah. Is Bahamas?
No, it was just funny. I wasn't scoffing. It was not a scoff.
All right, now I'm going to be totally ignorant. Is Bahamas actually its own country now, or is that still? I wasn't sure if that was they're
a sovereign state.
They're a sovereign state.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
let's keep it lighthearted. So what are you doing in England? Are you going Liverpool? Are you doing both cities? Like I said, London, but you said Liverpool.
We're going to both. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So we're flying into London, and then we're going to Liverpool. And we'll be there for the Derby. So
I was about to ask, what games are you going to watch?
That's awesome. It's Liverpool Everton. So which is good and bad, right? Because if we are able to get tickets to Liverpool Everton, there's really almost no game I'd rather watch. Maybe Liverpool United, right?
Yeah.
But it's going to be tough to get tickets. We're hitting up some of the family connections. I went over to my parents' house the other day, and we were having dinner with my aunt and my uncle, and they brought some friends with them. And one of the friends that they brought with them actually walked the FA Cup out when Liverpool played Chelsea back in, 2013, 14, something like that.
Oh.
He was in the Royal Air Force for 40 years. He's an MBE. Yeah, so he's not yet a knighthood, but pretty close. So I was talking to him, and he's got some connections. So we're going to try to get some tickets to the game and go see Liverpool versus Everton. But
you should. You there. You got to do it.
In the worst case scenario, we'll go to a bar down the road from Anfield, and we'll watch it at the bar. But hopefully we'll get into tickets. But we'll be at Liverpool for a few days, and then we're going back to London, and we're going to take the kids to see London, and that's our trip. Where are you guys going?
We're going on the cruise, like we did a couple years back. I think Bahamas, I think it's Cozumel, somewhere in the Yucatan, and then an island in Honduras. Sorry, we got some breaking news on the chat about the voting, so that's why I pulled up the phone. It looks like.
Hold on.
Hold
on. Don't read it yet.
Why not?
Because.
Nice. Looks like the TD 6-pointer. It's a runaway.
Oh, nice.
78% yes.
I like it.
2/3 no for tight end so far.
The tight end lives to see another year.
Well, so far, Ben said he's got to do. There's 9 votes in. I don't know. He said, I don't know, but yeah, that's
eight of them from Matt Frankel. Were these the only 2 ones you gave an update?
Motherfucker.
Did he give an update on all of the ones or just those two?
Well, then he circled something. Oh, question left.
This is
Somebody
like-
left something blank.
This is like election night, Andres. We're getting
I know.
real time
We need
feeds.
the touchscreen. John King up here. I don't know. So yeah, looks like we're gonna have that'll be a nice little twist for the draft.
Did he give an update on the league fees? Was that mentioned?
No. He circled something about the individual question summary has this on each one. Who are you? I don't know what he Oh, somebody replied, says question left blank, one response. Oh, okay. Yes, he did. Also 2/3 yes for the increase.
Nice.
But somebody left it, what do you call it? Abstained, left it blank.
Yeah,
So
that's a yes vote.
that's, essentially, because there's a majority now. That's passing then.
All right. We should have gone for 200. All right. This is exciting. So soon we will have a couple of new rules in the league. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Well, he didn't put up the mulligan one. I really hope that doesn't go anywhere. All right. Sorry about that. But yeah, sorry. The breaking news alert.
No, that was worth it. That was worth breaking into the show. All right, Andres, I know you've got to leave here. You've got some arrangements here at 11
Yeah, the
o'clock.
wifey's out of town. We got to take her to a birthday party, but we still got 20 minutes or so, 25, 30. I could probably push 30.
Okay, so one of the things I want to get into, and maybe kind of specifically because you said you didn't want to talk about it, but I'm going to bring it up. Sydney Sweeney.
I don't mind talking about it. I just haven't followed it because it's on the surface. It seems so ridiculous. So I'm like, I'm not going to waste my brain energy on this story.
Okay, but tell us, because I think both sides, and it's silly that there are two sides, and I'm deliberately being nebulous in my opinion. Both sides think the issue is silly, but for different reasons. So why do you think the Sydney Sweeney American Eagle controversy is silly?
Well, I just feel like why I didn't even know
White people.
why why they got offended. So she has good genes. She's wearing jeans.
Right. That's obviously the pun.
Right.
But now the left, I'm going to say the left here, are trying hard to make it seem like this is some sort of eugenics racism thing.
Right. And that's why I was like, that's why I put it. I was like, I'm not dealing with this.
Yeah.
But then you said there's two sides. What's the other argument?
Well, that's it. So the two sides to it.
So the right things that left is being silly.
The right
Or
thinks
the extreme left, because I'm left and that thing this is silly.
right. The
what
right
the extreme lefts are saying about.
Well, the right thinks the extreme left is being silly because the extreme left is making it seem like this is some sort of pro-eugenics, racism sort of thing, and that what American Eagle and Sydney Sweeney are promoting is the idea that, like white genetics are superior. That's why the right thinks the left is being silly, right? But the left thinks the right is being silly by missing the point.
By not seeing, okay.
Right. And it's a pun. It is clearly a pun. It is a sexy girl wearing jeans talking about her genes. Yes, obviously there's a pun on genes like genetics. She's talking about her genes. So everyone's all in an uproar about this. And I also think part of it too is just like 80s and 90s style advertising where Calvin Klein and American Eagle and Abercrombie and Fitch, they're just putting super hot girls in their ads again. I think that's pissing some people off, but I'm all for it. I'm here for it. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah. I mean, you could say that about like an athlete. Like you could say Simone Biles has great genes.
Yeah.
It's just such a dumb thing to get worked up about.
No, I agree. Have you seen some of the Calvin Klein ads specifically? So do you remember, this might have been from the 80s or the 90s. It was Mark Wahlberg, and I don't remember who the girl was. It sounds very bad that I remember Mark Wahlberg, but not the hot girl that was with him. But they were in their underwear. You remember this? It was a black and white series. I'm going to pull this up for you real quick. All right, I'm jeopardizing my Google search history. But you can see here's ripped Mark Wahlberg in his Calvin Klein underwear over here.
Uh-huh.
So that's the girl, Kate Moss.
Oh, okay.
It was. So this was a famous series of advertisements, and yeah, probably the early 90s. And it was Mark Wahlberg and Kate Moss, and they're wearing Calvin Klein underwear.
I didn't realize Justin Bieber was that ripped. He looks like a puny little kid when each time I see videos and stuff.
Where on earth are you seeing Justin Bieber? Isn't that? Oh, it says Marky Mark, but that is Justin Bieber.
Yeah. And he over there on the left. So on the left too.
This is why people don't trust the mainstream media anymore because
They
that's
like Photoshop
yeah.
photos of marketing campaigns instead.
For those that can't see this, I Googled Mark Wahlberg, Calvin Klein, and there's a picture clearly of Justin Bieber, and they are calling him Marky Mark. So shame on you, Ad Age, because that is not Marky Mark. But this was what advertising used to be when we were growing up, right? It was attractive, athletic, demonstrably and objectively in shape models advertising clothes wear for various people, right? And that's what Sydney Sweeney has returned to. Sydney Sweeney is an objectively attractive woman. Do we agree there?
Yes, but apparently until about a month ago, Jonathan Teague had never heard of her.
Yeah. Okay, Jonathan Teague. Jonathan Teague, if you're listening, that Italian stuff was fantastic. That's a little in joke for me and John. He'll know what I'm referring to. Now I'm going to show you it was like circa 2022 or 2023 Calvin Klein advertisement. Andres is laughing, and I'm chuckling too because I had to type in Calvin Klein woke underwear to get the right result, but it's going to work. Watch this. There you go, Andres. That was the 2023 advertisement.
But see, this also I don't get worked up about. They're trying to they're marketing to make more money, so they want to get more people that. Maybe they do feel ostracized, right?
Yeah.
So who cares? I don't say I don't people get worked up about everything. They want to have these kinds of models. Okay, I don't care. They're obviously running. They're running focus groups or survey. They know what they're marketing to.
Yeah, I think maybe you're giving them too much credit for the people that can't see this. There was a very stark contrast between the 2023 Calvin Klein advertisements and the Mark Wahlberg, Kate Moss advertisements. These models are, and Andre, I'm going to tread very carefully here.
I'm gonna let you can take the lead on this.
Yes, where's the edit marker? But I would argue, what's the nicest way I can put this? They are not objectively attractive. They do not follow normal, typical beauty standards. Is that fair and safe enough? You
can just say they're overweight.
Yeah, they are
fairly overweight.
They are overweight. Why is the guy wearing a bra?
I think he transitioned.
Oh Jesus! Now we got to really tread carefully. He's transitioned? He has a beard.
That's a bra.
Well,
I don't know, man.
See, that's why I'm asking. He or she, I'm trying to be respectful of pronouns, is wearing a bra. Overweight individual. That's the safest way to put it. Wearing a bra, but this individual, again playing it safe here, has a full, well curated beard, right?
Yes.
So if you're transitioning, right? You don't want a beard. So, oh Jesus, I'm worried. I can see the woke police.
Yeah,
coming down Don Valley.
Do you have a sound alarm for that?
Look at this. The woke police, they're here off Don Valley Trail. I really am trying to be, I'm not trying to make light of this or be disrespectful in any way, shape, or form. But this, actually, I feel like this exact conversation is indicative of the problem. I'm trying to describe an advertisement for Calvin Klein, and I am scared to just describe it visually.
Well, why is that only showing up from Facebook? Can you find a regular hit? Because you would think they'd have wording on there.
No, these advertisements were famous for not having wording.
Oh, okay.
The statement.
Well, because that one, the one in the middle, she says something.
Here, let's look at this one in the middle here. I speak my truth in my Calvins.
So yes, I was wondering if that one had any word, but I guess not.
No. So people, this very conversation with the woke police that we're having right now, this is why people get frustrated with the advertisements, right? So just going back to a non-controversial, it shouldn't have been controversial. The fact that it is controversial is silly in its own way. But there's an ad, and I'm terrified to even describe it because I don't know if I'm going to be offending somebody because they are or not have transitioned. And I don't know the norms in terms of having beards and wearing bras. I don't know any of this sort of stuff. And people do get really pissed if you are ignorant of how you're supposed to address these sorts of topics. And I think that's what has led to a lot of backlash culturally in the United States is people are tired of walking on eggshells. You can make a mistake. You can say something silly. You can have not meant anything by it, but people get very offended, even if you don't understand the right parameters to discuss a topic by. So now we've gone back to Sydney Sweeney, again, objectively attractive, unless you're Jonathan Teague, who claims that he doesn't know who she is. But she's extraordinarily attractive. Everybody recognizes that. There's no confusion. And she's selling jeans and she looks good in them. So I think people appreciate just normal advertising, non-controversial, shouldn't be controversial, non-ambiguous, just straightforward. Look how good our jeans look on a hot girl.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess if to be a little charitable to the far left, like like this ad with this big girl.
Yeah.
It can,
say it, Andre.
No, I'm saying if the people on the very
what
far,
color is the big girl?
she's black, and you start trying to make my point here.
Sorry, I interrupted your point.
Then, like arbitrarily, you can hear like racist not even undertones, like overtones, or like you know what I'm saying? Like it can be going angry black woman. That's like or I don't know. That's what I said. Bold, like just don't get angry about stuff. They want to.
I'm with you.
They
I'm
want to
100% with you.
advertise to whatever they can advertise to any demographic. I don't care. Like I feel like 95% of people don't care. It's just the 2% on Twitter get angry and they think they have the whole population riled up. No, we don't care. Like Sydney Sweeney, she's on an ad. Who cares?
I'll tell you a quick story. I was in a meeting at work. This was pre-COVID because I was actually in an office for once. But I was in a meeting, in a large conference room, and there was like 12 or 13 people that were in this conference room, right? And there was one black guy, right? I'm just going to say that. That's an important component to the story. So after the meeting wraps, and it was representatives from my company, and there were 2 or 3 different vendors there. We were talking about like a large project that involved hardware from certain people, software from other people, resources from multiple teams inside my company, et cetera. So it was like a large meeting with representatives from multiple different places. And the meeting wraps up, but like the core group of folks from my company stayed in the meeting room afterwards. And we're kind of like doing a post-op on the meeting. Like, hey, what did we learn from that? What are the next steps? We're kind of summarizing the outcomes of the meeting. And somebody on my team brings up like, oh, well, James said something. I don't remember what James said. And then somebody else goes, well, who was James? Which one was James? And we couldn't identify who James was. And people are trying to describe James in the meeting. They're like, was he the tall gentleman? Was he the guy that was wearing like the white shirt with the black tie and this and that? And there were 3 or 4 people that were trying to describe James without using the most obvious identifying trait to me, which was like, wait, was James the tall black dude that was in here? And he was. That was James, was the tall black guy that was in there. And I said that. I said exactly that. Was James the tall black dude that was here? And everybody in that room looked at me like I was incredibly uncouth for having mentioned the color of his skin in this meeting. There was nothing, I wasn't indicating anything about his personality, the content of his character, the content of his meeting. I was just trying to identify a dude with the easiest possible trait to identify them.
Wait, was James in the room when you said this?
No, James wasn't there.
I was wondering, he'd be like, yeah, like sometimes people are like, yeah, it was me or whatever.
I have to imagine James would be like, yes, I'm the only tall black man in the room. It's perfectly fine to highlight that. But that's the sort of behavior. This happened to me, right? This is not even like a hypothetical situation. And it's nothing bad happened. It's not like I was taken to HR and written up for saying the word black, right? But it was the looks everybody in the room gave me that I said that. And I didn't think, and I still don't think, I said anything remotely controversial. But back then, it was a little twinge controversial just to acknowledge that somebody was of a certain skin color for the purposes of identifying the guy who had the idea that we were discussing. And it's gotten, that was nothing. It was nothing then, and it would be nothing now. But it's gotten worse, right? And you're right. It is the 2% of Twitter users that make up all the furor. But people have gotten their careers canceled and gotten their shows canceled over completely innocuous bullshit, right? So I think that
or completely fabricated. Sometimes they just make up stuff.
So I think there's like this heavy swing back. If you think of it like the pendulum, right? We swung to, I guess I'll go to the left, right? In this case, we swung too far to the left where everybody had to walk on eggshells. We're taking HR training about microaggressions. I have another HR training story that I will tell you off the air because that one will get me in trouble. But everybody had to take these crazy HR trainings about microaggressions and little things like that. And I think there's been a cultural pushback that like, come on, guys, we've gone too far. It's okay to just have a hot girl wearing jeans in a freaking clothing ad. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
So I think that's what we're saying. I think that's explains a lot about America right now, is that people are just revolting, not revolting, like revulsion, revolting.
Like a revolution.
Yeah, like a revolution. They're revolting against an Overton window slide that went a little bit too far one way, and now we're trying to go back the other way. But instead of landing in the center, now I think we're maybe swinging a little too far right in certain areas, right? And it'll swing back. We'll end up in the middle, hopefully.
Yeah.
Before nothing too crazy happens. All right, Sydney Sweeney, I'm in favor. Can she keep doing ads, Andres?
Yeah, sure. Well, I don't even like, how did she get famous? She on White Lotus?
She was on White
Is
Lotus.
that how she got famous, though?
She was on Euphoria before that. I think that was her breakout role.
I don't think I know. I know that show.
You don't know Euphoria?
No.
I'll do you a favor. When you get home, away from Allison, Google Euphoria Sydney Sweeney and turn off Safe Search.
Okay. But was that like? But I was saying that was like a psychological thriller, or is that a drama? What is that?
I never watched Euphoria.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I watched short clips of it. Allison, or not Allison. Allison's your wife. Natalie's my wife. Natalie watched Euphoria. Actually, it's supposed to be a very good show. I think the general premise of it is they're high schoolers, and they're high schoolers with what's the right way to put this? Very active sex lives, very active social lives. They're drug users. It was an extremely controversial show because it showed, like, I don't know, a dark and seedy side of high school.
Oh, I
life.
think Allison watched the show.
Apparently,
now
it's
that
very
you're
good.
describing it, just like laying it out.
Yeah.
I think I saw clips while she was watching it here and there.
Yeah. So Sydney Sweeney was on Euphoria, and yeah, she gets naked on the show. She's a gorgeous girl, and she became like a superstar, I think, primarily from Euphoria. But then, yeah, she was on the White Lotus Society, season 1, anyway.
Okay.
Did you watch that?
No.
It's terrible, in my opinion.
Well, but apparently Matt said it's amazing. So
Matt said White Lotus was amazing?
well, yeah, because you were like, oh, I stopped watching. I didn't watch the finale. He goes,
Oh, that's right.
if you watch the finale, it wraps everything up. Then it sounds amazing.
Yeah, I watched the finale. It didn't wrap everything up. It was...
Oh, so you ended up watching it after you recorded?
Yeah, I watched it after I recorded. And I don't want to spoil it for anybody that hasn't seen it. And people love it. I recognize I'm the odd opinion out on this one. But it's a bunch of miserable people being miserable to each other, and I've never enjoyed those sorts of shows. Characters that are completely and wholly unlikable, that's not my thing at all. And that was White Lotus. There's like one likable person on the entire show who's also a smoke show. It's that Alexandria Daddario. So did you ever watch True Detective?
Yes.
True Detective, Alexandria Daddario is the large-breasted brunette that Woody Harrelson is having the affair with.
It's been a while. I can't remember. Because that's also like an anthology series, so they don't follow the same characters.
Yeah, this was just season 1. Here's the woke alarm just for my description of Alexandria Daddario. She was in season 1 of True Detective. Woody Harrelson was married to a pretty brunette girl. I can't remember.
Oh, yes. Okay. And he had it seemed like they had a broken marriage at that point.
They did. And he was having an affair with the young, super good looking brunette with the big boobs.
Okay.
That was Alexandria Daddario.
Okay.
And I think she'd been in some others. She was in like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. She hadn't been in a ton of things that I recognize her from. But yeah, she's in White Lotus. And she is like, not the protagonist, but I guess the only nice person on the show.
Okay.
Jennifer Coolidge is in the show. I like Jennifer Coolidge.
Oh, no. I don't follow celebrities that much. It's hard for me to know names.
You'll recognize her.
Oh, okay. Stifler's mom.
Yeah, there you go. Stifler's mom.
Yeah, I never knew what her name was.
Jennifer Coolidge. She's in a lot of those mockumentary movies as well.
Oh, okay.
Like Waiting for Guffman, Best in Show. I love those.
Oh,
movies.
okay. I want to see Best in Show. I heard really good things. I haven't seen it yet.
Best in Show is
It's
fantastic.
on my watch list.
Oh, definitely watch that. I love Best in Show. That's a good movie. Should we get into a touch of local news before we lose you here?
let's talk about our beloved Forsyth County real quick.
All right. Do you want to lead this story off? I think you and I both know about as much of this person as either of us.
I did not, but you gave me a nice rundown before we recorded, so maybe you take it away.
Glorilla. Gloria Wood? I think that, yeah. Gloria Woods. So Gloria Woods is the legal given name for Glorilla, who is a female rapper, who I was not familiar with. I don't know if anybody listening to this podcast are going to be big Glorilla fans, but she must be a Georgia local. She is a famous rapper. She must be famous because she was performing at the WNBA.
Do you have that alarm sound?
All right, so Glorilla, she is a female rapper. She lives in St. Marlow, so she must be doing all right for herself. St. Marlow is a nice neighborhood to live in.
Yeah, we played Ultimate Match this past mixed season there. It's nice.
They let you guys into St. Marlow?
They had to ask for my passport.
I was going to
make sure I was legal.
Is there like a metal detector you got to walk through before they let you on the courts?
No, it was nice.
Oh, I'm kind of surprised there. But there was an arrest warrant issued for Glorilla, Gloria Woods, on July 21st. Her house was broken into. She was arrested later. Let me get the facts of the story correct here, Andres. But while Glorilla was in Indiana performing at the WNBA All-Star Game, her house in St. Marlow was broken into. This was July 21st. Must have been somebody house sitting for Glorilla. And they chased off the suspects, the perpetrators. I guess they're perps, right? You're only a suspect if you've been identified. So this house sitter did successfully chase off the perpetrators of the home invasion by firing a gun at them.
That's insane. I didn't realize that before. You didn't mention that earlier.
Which is typically an effective way to scare off home invaders.
Yeah.
Did not hit any of the individuals. Apparently, there were 3 people that were breaking into the house. This house sitter, excellent job, house sitter, scared them off. And as far as I know, nothing was taken from the house. But they call the cops. The house sitter calls cops, says, "Hey, I'm in St. Marlow. 3 guys just tried to break into my house or break into Glorilla's house and steal a bunch of stuff. Get out of here." Cops come, allegedly go looking for the perps. Don't find them. So still nobody's been arrested in connection with this home robbery. But what they do determine is that the house smells like weed. So
let me stop. You put this in parentheses. Is this a direct quote? Strong odor consistent with illegal narcotics?
That is a direct quote from the article, which is interesting because marijuana is not a narcotic.
That's why I was wondering.
So that could be a cornerstone of the lawyer's case because marijuana is not a narcotic.
Well, not just that; they weren't even there for that.
So it's funny you bring that up. So I'm actually going to get into that. A state lawmaker is proposing a new law to specifically protect victims.
But isn't that the Fourth Amendment?
I don't know. You tell me, what is the Fourth Amendment? A legal search and seizure?
Yeah. They weren't there for that. You can't just make up a crime. Unless you find something extreme, like you find a dead body, then you can be like, hey, we saw.
That's called exigent circumstances, right?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, they smelled something, and how would they even smell it? If it's like hidden away, unless the guy was toking up while watching the house.
I mean, you can smell weed, certainly. It's got an odor.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's. I feel like they just threw that in there because I don't know. That's weird.
Well, and I think that's the gist of the case, right? But yeah, you're right. Fourth Amendment does protect against illegal search and seizure. Exigent circumstances dictate that if a police officer determines that a crime has been committed in connection with another reason that they're there, they can investigate the crime, right? So like if a police officer determines there are exigent circumstances, they're obviously allowed to investigate. And it's been a while since my constitutional law class, but I would imagine that the odor of, and they say narcotics, but the odor of an illegal substance could be considered an exigent circumstance. I think this is the same premise that if you pull over a car for speeding and you smell weed coming out of the window, that is an exigent circumstance and you can search the car.
But you can deny them searching it, right?
You can deny permission, but the exigent circumstance allows the cop to do it anyway.
Oh, I thought you couldn't. But the exigent circumstance has to be like really dramatic, or it can't just be like, oh, I thought I smelled. Oh, yeah, you're smelling my time.
So,
my basil.
There have been Supreme Court cases about what is considered an exigent circumstance, because I think you're right. I think the exigent circumstance has to have like a considerable impact on public safety. And then you can make the case that somebody having weed in their house has 0 impact on public safety. So it was not an exigent circumstance. And yeah, I assume this lawyer for Glorilla is going to argue, like, even if you did smell weed, that is not a security concern that would allow you to then go search the domicile.
Yeah, I like that quote at the bottom. Long story short, my house gets home invaded and I'm the only one that gets arrested.
Yeah, that was the quote from Glorilla. And it is messed up. It is. And she's not even in the state when this happens. She's out performing the WNBA All-Star Game. Her house gets
dozens of people.
We're all going to woke jail. She's not even in the state, man. Her house gets broken into. The house sitter, whoever that guy is, he does the exact right thing. What else would you do other than call the cops to report a home invasion?
Yeah.
Cops come, and that is a direct quote from the article. A strong odor consistent with illegal narcotics, which marijuana is not even a narcotic, but based on the smell of something, presumably weed, they actually go and get a warrant. This isn't even like they open the front door and there's a mountain of weed sitting in the foyer, right? They smelled something. They go and they contact the Lanier Regional Task Force, which is like a specialized drug investigation unit, who then goes and gets an emergency warrant to come search the house. So we get back to exigent circumstances. What is the emergency that you need a warrant to go search the house, right? When they're reporting a home invasion. But they go in there, they find marijuana. Apparently, I think I have this quoted too. A significant amount of marijuana was discovered in plain view inside the master bedroom closet. I would argue the master bedroom closet is not plain view.
No.
Right?
Wow.
I mean, you have to go looking for it there. And then, they issue an arrest warrant for Glorilla, who's out of the state, not even there, has nothing to do with any of this. And, presumably gets a call from her attorney and is like, hey, you need to come back to get arrested. So she does. She turned herself in on July 30th at the Forsyth County Jail. And she was arrested in connection with this warrant that was issued on the 21st.
Let her go, Freeman.
Yeah, let her go. Let her out of the Freeman Hotel. I'm Team Glorilla on this.
Me too.
So that was one story in the local news. We've got our favorite topic, the restaurant reviews. Andres, can I turn this one over to you? Because there's no way in hell I'm pronouncing that name.
Marisqueria El Escándalo.
What does that mean?
Well, it's funny because it's on this. It means like
do I need the woke alarm?
No. Marisqueria is like a seafood restaurant. But it's the scandalous seafood restaurant. That's what it's like.
Oh,
Scandalo
really?
means scandal.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's why I'm laughing that it's on here.
Oh, appropriately named. Why was the restaurant scandalous?
Okay, so they earned a 39.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah, and this is a routine. It wasn't a surprise one. So they knew they were coming.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got to, Tim, if you're still on the case, investigative reporter, inadequate managerial control was one of the points.
I really want to understand.
So if you can if you're on the lookout for an inspector, we can get them on the pod. Oh, wait, to keep the facility in compliance with code. It's a little different than before. Not that they couldn't maintain order in the restaurant. It's a little different.
Fair.
All right. Inspector observed canned foods that were dented.
Yeah, apparently that's points off if your can is dented.
Wow. Yeah, that seems not that big a deal. All right. Inspector observed a hot sauce bottle in the cooked pasta noodles. What?
That's fair to me. Pasta noodles.
That's the bottle?
Yeah, it sounds to me like there's just a hot sauce bottle in the cooked pasta noodles.
All right.
That's not where that goes.
No.
It should be in the hand washing sink.
All right. Sanitizing solution was stronger than 200 ppm. So before we had 0.
Yeah. Now they're getting pinged for having too much sanitizer in the solution.
Tim told us that depending on how it's done, there's like a variant, like a spectrum. Yeah. So maybe it's not even a big deal the way he described it. Right?
This is El Escandalo.
El Escándalo.
Escandalo.
All right. Oh, God. This is pretty bad. Inspector observed oysters kept 10 days past their sell-by date.
I'm going to guess that was like 30 of the drop points was this one.
Probably.
Alone.
That is food poisoning when it happened.
Yeah.
Dog food was stored in chemical storage room.
Yeah, that one was a weird one. Why would you have dog food in the chemical storage room unless you have a dog in the restaurant?
And you shouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair. So that may be another 20. So 30, 20 between those two bullet points. Received a 9,400 follow-up inspection July 30th. Okay. I guess they got a new shipment of oysters in.
Yeah. They just had to replace those.
Is that the only one?
That was the only one. Yeah. Actually, there was 9 scores that were in the 90s. So, and we don't talk about the good ones. We only let you know about the bad ones.
Unless they want to come on the pod.
Yeah.
Oh, we should get TJ or Teague to get Crooked Culture to sponsor us too. They know, Teague knows the lady. She lives here.
She lives in Thorngate?
Not the owner, but like someone that works. That's who was going to get us a table there.
Oh, okay. But aren't we? We're
no, but they can promote. But they nice. But they can promote themselves on here.
They could, but I don't know. I'm against Crooked Culture. I'm still angry about them.
Oh, that's right. Okay, we can edit this part out if you want to cut it.
I know we can leave it in. I'll stand my ground here. I would. Whoever, I don't know who owns Crooked Culture. You're welcome to the show, but I'm going to call you out for trying to put the poor special ed pizza place out of business with your crooked crust. That's El Escandalo.
Oh,
We
yeah. They could come on here and we can discuss.
And that's why we're not going to do our combine or our draft party at your restaurant. We're going to go to Platinum Property. They're in full support. All right, let's do the CCTV then one because this one's interesting to me. So Cumming approves a $550,000 real-time crime center upgrade. That's a great name for it too, real-time crime center. I feel like that could go both ways.
Like the Batcave. We talked about that before.
Right. It's either the Batcave and you're detecting crimes, or this is where all of the crime happens and you're facilitating that. What is that?
Crime center.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I guess maybe more crime central.
So this $550,000 real-time crime center. So this is going in a new precinct being built. And I wasn't even aware of this, although I think we may have talked about this. They're building a police precinct directly in the Cumming City Center.
Okay.
That's going to be their new one. This system was originally approved for the precinct on Veterans Memorial, the one we all know and love. But it's going to feed live video and audio from cameras installed at City Hall, the City Center, and the Cumming Fairgrounds. So we're going to catch some pickpockets over there during the Cumming County Fair. But this is the neat one. This system is also going to connect directly to officer body cams and the cameras that are inside and outside of the police cars. So this real-time crime center, like the Alfred in the Batcave there, they're going to be able to see real-time feeds from the officers' body cameras and the cop cars, in addition to like these installed security cameras throughout the city. That's crazy to me. That's some heavy surveillance. I'm pretty impressed. Cumming Police Sergeant Gabriel Bunch said, I can not only see what they see, they being the police officers, but I can hear what they hear. So audio feeds as well. And I can talk to them through their body cameras. So a two-way audio video system directly connected to the police body cams, the police car cameras, and the surveillance cameras throughout City Center, City Hall, and the fairgrounds. And they're also going to partner with Horizon Christian Academy and Northside Hospital to access private cameras. So yeah, this system can link up with private cameras and get a feed for all these places. And it all goes into one Batcave where we got Gabriel Bunch protecting the citizenry of Forsyth County.
That Northside Hospital private cameras, that I don't like that.
Yeah, I mean,
that one's a little bit too much.
Go talk to the Northside Hospital administrator. It's interesting. Maybe it's just like the parking lot, right?
Well, yeah, you're right. It could just be that.
Yeah, because there's all sorts of, I would imagine, HIPAA issues, right? If you're connecting to cameras inside the hospital.
Yeah.
Who knows there? But impressive. That's some real high-tech stuff coming. And that's not even, I said, Forsyth County. That's City of Cumming Police that is getting this.
Yeah.
And I imagine their budget's got to be considerably smaller than the Forsyth County Sheriff's Department.
Yeah, I don't know why you need that many cameras, but being able to access in real time the police officer body cam, that's good.
Yeah.
In case something happens to the officer or the suspect, then you can send extra right away, extra help or whatever. That's good.
I wonder if Gabriel Bunch or whoever's monitoring the system will be able to work from home. Like, are they going to be able to fire up their Chromebook and log into the Crime Center portal? Or is this feed going to be secured and you can only access it from this police precinct? That would be concerning to me. Imagine if access to this system got out.
Yeah, it has to be only at that location, I would hope.
That would be pretty catastrophic. Well, that's the real-time crime center, Andres. They should give tours. I legitimately would like to go see a system like that and see how it works.
Yeah.
All right, your call, sir. We got a couple other local news stories, but I know you're running short on time, and Everett's got a birthday party to go to. Where's the party?
Yeah. Well, I got to drop them off at Ashbrook.
Okay, that's close.
Close, yeah.
Any upcoming tennis matches? The listeners.
I technically have a playoff singles match today, but I think it'll get rained down. We'll probably play tomorrow if it lets up at any point. It's supposed to rain like every day the next 6 days.
Yeah. All right. Well, at least the weather is cool.
Yeah.
It's been brutal for the last couple of weeks.
I know.
So
today was nice.
Yeah. I'll take the leveling off of temperatures.
Oh, man, I can't wait to see TJ and JT play, though. That's going to be a good one. But I guess JT's adamant that until you put up the other audio, he's not going to put a date up.
All right. I'll get off my ass.
I feel bad. That's a lot. You had like 3 cameras over 2.5, 3 hours between 3 different things.
3
plus
cameras,
the interviews,
multiple microphones, the interviews. Yeah, I do have it dumped on my desktop in there. I just been drowning in content.
Maybe he's just scared, and that's his excuse.
I think so. That is his excuse. I like.
He called Josh out. Maybe I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
All right. Well, let's wrap it up for the day, sir. Thank you for joining us.
It's good to be back.
It is good to have you back.
Thank you, Matt, for keeping my chair warm.
He did. Matt, you did a good job. Appreciate you being on the show as well. But I missed my boy Andres. Good to have him back on the show. And that's it for this week, sir. So we'll see you again with more stories. Thank you to Kevin Fox for joining us. Thank you again to Matt and Todd from Matt's Exterior Washing and Platinum Properties as well. Appreciate you guys very much. And we'll see you soon in the chat. Looking forward to these league results.
See ya.
Later, guys.
Now we're singing this tune to avoid lawsuits. NFL execs got me quaking in my boots. Sorry, Sir Elton, it was just a joke. John and Andres don't want none of that smoke. It's the wrong way roundabouts. It's the wrong